You're off path, and by tomorrow night, June 28th, the moon comes to reset it. Not spiritually, not energetically, because this isn't just a moon phase. It's a lunar checkpoint, one that only appears when you've waited too long to change. You've already felt the side effects, random mood swings, weird buzzing in your body. The hours feel warped, too fast. That's not random. That's the early signal. This moon doesn't rise to inspire, it rises to disrupt the cycle. And if you try to ignore it, scroll past it, pretend you're fine, it will remove something for you. A job, a person, a version of you. And if you're not aligned by then, you'll wake up wondering where your old life went and why you didn't move when you had the chance. A life-changing moon event is approaching, a sacred cosmic moment that was never meant to pass you by. June 27th, 2025 is not just another date on the calendar. It is a destined point in time, chosen by the universe to awaken something ancient and powerful within you. This moon is not here to softly illuminate. It is here to shake the foundation of who you thought you were and reveal who you were always meant to become. This energy moves like a quiet storm, gentle on the outside but deeply transformative within. Emotionally, it will pull at the threads of your heart, asking you to let go of pain you've carried for far too long. Physically, you may feel waves of tiredness or sudden clarity as your body begins to align with a higher frequency. Spiritually, you will sense something stirring, an inner knowing rising to the surface. This moon is not just light, it is a mirror, a doorway, a teacher, and if you allow it, it will show you the path that leads back to your soul. If you feel the energy of this rare moment, type "I'm ready" in the comments. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe, and join our spiritual family. This moon is not just a phase in the sky, it's a cosmic messenger arriving with divine timing and spiritual intent. On June the 27th, 2025, we are entering a vibrational gateway. The moon's position, its alignment with key planetary forces, and the numerological energy of the date all point to one thing: profound inner transformation. This is the moon that whispers truths your soul has been too afraid to speak. This is the moon that turns stillness into clarity and silence into sacred instruction. Spiritually, this moon acts as a purifier. It brings to the surface what must be released so something higher can take its place. Think of it as a sacred fire, not one that destroys, but one that refines. It burns away illusion, ego, doubt, and fear, and what remains is your raw, radiant truth. This energy doesn't ask for your perfection, it asks for your presence. It wants your honesty, your courage, your willingness to stand in the light of your own becoming. Astrologically, this moon sits at a crossroads, a place where emotional waters meet the bold heat of destiny. It forms rare angles with the outer planets, stirring themes of liberation, awakening, and deep karmic healing. You may feel a surge of insight or a sudden release of emotion. These are not random. They are keys unlocking soul contracts and energetic patterns that have been silently shaping your path. What you feel now is the echo of your higher self calling you forward. And then there's the numerology. June 27th, 2025 carries the vibration of the number 6 and the master energy of 9. The number 6 is the number of healing, harmony, and divine responsibility. It represents the sacred balance between giving and receiving, doing and being. The number 9, however, is a number of completion. It signifies the end of a cycle, the final chapter before the rebirth. Together they form a sacred equation, one part nurturing, one part release, all leading to divine realignment. This moon is the bridge between who you were and who you are becoming. It stretches across timelines, connecting your past pain to future purpose. You may notice signs, dreams, synchronicities, emotional flashes from years ago. These are not coincidences. These are soul echoes surfacing so you can choose to carry the wisdom, not the wound. Imagine your soul as a garden. Some plants have withered. Some roots run deep into dry, lifeless soil. This moon is the rain you've been waiting for. It doesn't just nourish, it renews. It tells you where to dig up the dead roots and where to plant something new. You don't need to have it all figured out. You only need to be open, to be still enough to feel, to be brave enough to surrender. This moon's energy will rise slowly, like a tide lifting everything in its path. It may not shout, but it will speak. And its message is this: you are ready, ready to heal, ready to awaken, ready to remember who you truly are beyond what the world has told you. So when you look up at this moon, don't just see it, receive it. Let its light fill the spaces you've hidden. Let it guide you gently, powerfully into the version of yourself that's been quietly waiting to rise. This isn't just an event. It's a sacred appointment with your own transformation. In this moment, everything else falls away. The noise, the rushing thoughts, the endless demands of the outside world, they soften, they fade, they dissolve into stillness. There is only this space now, a space that belongs entirely to you, a sacred pause carved out by the universe so that your spirit can realign, recharge, and remember. In this moment, you are not your past. You are not your fear. You are not the mistakes or the doubts or the judgments placed upon you. You are not broken. You are not behind. You are not too late. You are presence itself, living, breathing, evolving presence. And this moon above you holds space for that, for the truth of you. Begin to gently notice the rhythm within your body, the soft pulse in your chest, the subtle movement of energy, the way your soul seems to settle when given silence. That is your essence. That is your truth. You don't have to chase it. You don't have to earn it. You only need to return to it. Now bring your awareness to the invisible light surrounding you. It may not be seen by the eyes, but the heart knows it well. This is moonlight in its purest form, not just the light from the sky, but the light that reaches across dimensions to touch your spirit. It wraps around you now like a protective veil, soft and sacred. It holds you in grace. It speaks no words, but it tells you, you are safe, you are held, you are whole. Say these words silently or aloud and let them ripple through your entire being. I am ready, and I am open. Let these affirmations move through your energy field like waves. With each repetition, feel the density lifting, the heaviness of things unspoken, the weariness of things unfinished, the burden of timelines you no longer need to carry. You don't need to fight them. You don't need to fix them. You only need to let them move, let them pass like clouds across the sky. In this moment, you are standing in sacred alignment with the energy of this moon. You are not separate from it. You are not beneath it. You are woven into it. The same intelligence that turns tides and stirs oceans is now moving within you. The same magnetic pull that turns shadows into silver is illuminating parts of you that have been hidden for far too long. And with that illumination comes clarity, not the loud kind, not the kind that demands answers, but the kind that hums quietly in your bones, the kind that says, you know, you've always known, you've just forgotten how to hear yourself. Now, bring your attention to the space around your heart, not just the organ, but the energetic space. This is your spiritual center, your internal altar, where divine truths are etched into the very core of your being. And tonight, under this powerful moon, that altar glows brighter than ever. Here is where you plant the seeds of transformation, not with desperation, but with trust, not from fear, but from faith. Repeat softly to yourself, I trust the unfolding of my path. The moon listens. The universe listens. But most importantly, your soul listens. It hears you now, every word, every whisper, every quiet hope you've carried in your chest. The prayers you never said aloud, the dreams you tucked away because life demanded you be strong. Tonight, they are rising, not to haunt you, but to free you. This isn't about becoming someone new. It's about remembering who you've always been beneath the noise, beneath the pressure, beneath the roles you've played to survive. The moon doesn't ask you to be perfect. It asks you to be present, to be aware, to be honest about what no longer fits, and brave enough to step into what does. Even now, you may feel a stirring, a warmth, a soft current, an inner shift that says something has changed. That is real. That is sacred. That is you aligning with the divine rhythm of your life. And in this alignment, all things begin to flow, not always as you expected, but always as you needed. The silence deepens, and within it, something ancient begins to rise, a remembrance, not of mind, but of soul, a quiet knowing that you have stood at this threshold before, in lifetimes past, in dreams forgotten, in moments where you almost chose to awaken but held back. But this time is different. This time, the invitation is louder. The alignment is stronger. The moon doesn't knock gently. It opens the door wide and waits for you to step through. Above you, the moon radiates more than light. It radiates truth. It does not waver. It does not shrink to make others comfortable. It glows in fullness without apology. And so must you. This moon teaches not through words, but through being. It shows you what it means to stand in your own radiance, unhidden, unfiltered, and unafraid. Now, imagine your inner world as a sacred temple. You've swept its floors with every heartbreak, but you've lit its candles with every hope. You've knelt in its corners with every unanswered prayer. And tonight, those prayers echo back, not in the way you expected, but in the way you always needed. Answers may not arrive in language. They may arrive in peace. They may arrive in the sudden absence of doubt. They may arrive in the form of your own voice, finally speaking what's true. Let these words become the incense that fills your temple. I release all that no longer honors me. You are not behind. You are not late. You are exactly where you are meant to be for the next phase of your evolution. There is nothing missing. The universe did not forget you. The divine plan did not skip you. Everything that felt like a detour was preparation. Everything that felt like silence was sacred gestation. Allow your breath to become a rhythm of trust, not forced, not controlled, just a natural returning to your center. You may feel a tingling, a soft pressure, a calmness spreading through your chest. This is the moon's frequency aligning with your own. It's a conversation older than time, spoken in the language of light and vibration. You don't need to understand it with your mind. Your soul understands it perfectly. Repeat gently, I trust the timing of my transformation. Let your imagination drift to the sky. See the moon as a mirror, reflecting not just your face, but your spirit. What do you see rising in you now? What have you silenced that's ready to speak? What longing has been waiting patiently beneath your strength? You don't need to speak it aloud. The moon hears what your heart cannot yet put into words. And still, it loves you. Still, it offers light. Still, it says, you are ready. This readiness is not loud. It doesn't shout. It hums like a low drumbeat under your skin. It is steady. It is patient. And it will guide you through the coming days as the moon's energy continues to unfold. You may feel waves of emotion. Let them come. You may feel the need to rest. Honor it. You may sense the arrival of something new. Welcome it. Say now, with full presence, I walk forward in sacred trust. The moon will begin to wane soon, but its message will remain. What was stirred in you tonight is not meant to fade. It's meant to evolve. Carry this energy into your next conversation, your next decision, your next breath. Let it shape how you speak to yourself. Let it soften how you hold your pain. Let it remind you that even in moments of darkness, you are never without light. The moon has given its blessing. Now you must give yours to your path, your truth, your healing, your becoming. When the universe calls your soul forward, it doesn't use a voice you can hear with your ears. It uses alignment. It orchestrates a sequence of energies, moments, and emotional waves that touch something ancient within you. This moon, this night, this energy, it is not here to give you a temporary shift. It is here to awaken what has always been hidden in plain sight. You are not becoming someone new, you are being returned to yourself. The truth is, everything you've been waiting for, clarity, peace, purpose, has not been outside of you. It has been sleeping beneath layers of fear, expectation, conditioning, and survival. This moon does not awaken you by introducing something foreign. It awakens you by pulling back the veil from your own inner fire, the one you forgot you had. The one that flickered quietly through years of holding back, staying small, and waiting for permission to shine. But permission has never been required for your soul to rise, only willingness. What you are feeling right now is not confusion, it is expansion. It's what happens when your spirit grows faster than your mind can interpret. It's the discomfort of outgrowing a version of you that you once needed but no longer fit. And this moon, in its divine intelligence, is pushing you toward the edge of that illusion so you can finally step beyond it. This is not the end of a cycle. It is the ignition of a higher timeline. You came into this life with agreements written in the stars, lessons you would learn, people you would meet, transformations you would endure. But the most sacred agreement was the one you made with yourself, that no matter how long it took, you would return to your truth. That one day you would rise beyond the distractions, the noise, the self-doubt. And remember, this moon is the keeper of that agreement. It marks the moment where remembering becomes non-negotiable. You are not here to settle for a life that feels safe but empty. You are not here to shrink so others feel more comfortable. You are not here to deny your intuition just because logic demands explanation. You are here to live wide open, to speak from the soul, to act from alignment, and to create not from fear of failure, but from a deep inner knowing that what you birth into this world carries divine purpose. This is not about fixing yourself. You were never broken. This is about releasing the illusions that told you otherwise. This is about stepping into your spiritual authority. The energy now is not subtle. It is roaring in quiet ways. You may feel pulled to change something major, a relationship, a job, a belief. The pull may terrify you because it leads into the unknown. But that unknown is not empty. It is sacred. It is where your next chapter begins, written not in ink, but in soul. The greatest illusion we are taught is that the power we seek lies outside of us, that we must earn it, prove ourselves for it, wait for some cosmic green light before we are allowed to embody it. But the revelation this moon brings is this: you already are what you seek. You are the miracle. You are the answer. You are the light. And that light is not passive. It burns. It calls you to act, to release, to walk away from what dims you, to rise into what scares you. This moon does not ask you to change everything overnight, but it asks you to stop pretending you are not ready, because you are more than ready. You are made for this shift. You are made for this timeline. And even if everything around you feels uncertain, your soul has never been more certain. You may feel the emotions rising now, an ache in the chest, a softness in the eyes, a stirring in the belly. These are signs that your soul is hearing this truth, that your body is remembering, that your spirit is nodding in recognition. Let it move through you. Let it melt the walls you've built between who you are and who you've shown the world. The time for hiding is over. The time for waiting is over. The time for compromise, for excuses, for spiritual sleep, it is over. This moon is the fire in the dark, the lighthouse in the fog, the signal that says, your path is opening, your alignment is here, your power is not coming, it has arrived. You will not be the same after this, not because something outside of you changed, but because you finally chose to trust what's always lived within. The moment you say yes, not a surface yes, but a soul-deep surrender, the universe rearranges itself around your truth. Doors open, energy flows, synchronicities begin to appear like road signs on the path you thought was hidden. But it was never hidden. It was simply waiting for your eyes to adjust. The revelation is not that life will become perfect. The revelation is that you no longer need it to be. Because peace is no longer something you seek. It becomes the foundation from which you move. You become the center of your storm, not tossed by the wind, but rooted like the ancient trees that bend and never break. This moon offers you that anchoring, that remembrance, that clarity. And with it, you are free, not just to dream, but to live the dream into form. If everything you've been through brought you here, then none of it was wasted. The heartbreaks, the delays, the losses, the wrong turns, all of them shaped you, all of them refined you. And now all of them bow before the new version of you who rises, not bitter, but wiser, not weary, but aware, not empty, but full of light. This is your return. This is your real beginning. And the moon bears witness to every step. You are no longer becoming. You are now being. And in that being, you are everything the world has been waiting for. This truth is not a destination. It's a vibration, a frequency you begin to live from. It shifts how you wake in the morning. It changes the tone in your voice, the way you breathe, the choices you make. It silences the inner critic that always whispered, "You weren't enough." It replaces that voice with a quieter, stronger one, the voice of your soul finally speaking without resistance, the voice that says, "I remember who I am." This moon has not come to give you a single night of magic. It has come to initiate a new pattern of light in your life, one that doesn't fade with the morning sun, but deepens every day you choose to stay conscious, every moment you choose not to shrink, every time you trust your intuition instead of your fear. You begin to build a new life from this energy, not the life others told you was safe, but the life your spirit never stopped dreaming of. You begin to feel your worth in your bones, not as an idea, but as a knowing. You no longer negotiate your light to fit into rooms that can't hold it. You no longer explain away your intuition to make others comfortable. You stop asking, "Am I allowed to be this full?" and start realizing that your fullness is your gift to the world. This moon reminds you that playing small does not protect you. It only delays the destiny that has always been yours, and now your destiny waits no more. Everything that felt out of reach is suddenly not far. It's within, because you've returned to the only place it was ever meant to be found, inside your own soul. You stop searching for signs outside of yourself and start recognizing that you are the sign. Your desires are divine instructions. Your longings are not random. They are echoes from your higher self, calling you into the future you were designed for. This moon burns away the fog. It clears the static. It places a mirror in front of your spirit and says, "Look, remember, rise." You don't have to know what every step looks like. You only have to know the first one and then take it. The universe meets courage. It rewards devotion. And your devotion to your own becoming is the most sacred thing you can offer in return for the gift of life. So you take that first step, not because you're unafraid, but because your soul is louder than your fear. That is the power of this moment. That is the revelation. That you are not waiting for a sign. You are the sign. You are the shift. You are the sacred answer to the prayers your ancestors once whispered to the stars. If this message reached you tonight, if something stirred in your heart or resonated in your soul, then this was not by chance. This was divine timing. The moon called, and your spirit answered. That is alignment. That is transformation already in motion. And now your presence here becomes a part of something greater, a ripple in the collective awakening that is spreading across the planet, one soul at a time. So before you go, I want to invite you into something deeper. This is more than just a video. It's a living, breathing moment of connection. And your voice matters here. If you felt this transmission, if you felt seen or understood or illuminated in any way, I ask you to share your experience in the comments. This is not a one-time message. This is a lifelong unfolding. The energy we've tapped into tonight is still alive, still working through you. It will show up in subtle ways, through a conversation, through a sign you can't explain, through a sudden knowing that you're exactly where you need to be. Stay open, stay curious, and above all, stay committed to the truth that has awakened inside you. You are not here just to survive. You are here to remember, to realign, to reclaim your divine frequency, and let it guide your every step. That's what this moon initiated. That's what this sacred alignment brought to the surface. The shift has already begun. You are now living from the inside out. You've crossed a spiritual threshold, and there's no turning back. But why would you want to? Ahead of you lies deeper clarity, deeper purpose, and deeper connection, not just to spirit, but to others who are on this path with you. That is what this community is for. You are not alone in your awakening. Here you are seen, you are understood, and you are supported, no matter where you are in your journey. So if this resonated, share this with someone you love, someone who needs this light, someone who might be standing right now on the edge of their own becoming. The more we share these messages, the more we help others rise into alignment. We heal together, we grow together, and we walk each other home to our truth. That is what it means to be part of a soul family. So let this moon remind you, you are right on time. You are not lost. You are being divinely guided. Keep trusting that. Keep listening inward, and keep returning to this light when the path feels dim. Thank you for being here. Thank you for showing up for yourself, and thank you for choosing to remember who you are. This is your time. This is your alignment. This is your transformation.